So here we are in the airport, and they got the clean film out. That's the value. Giving the boxes an old wrap there, as you can see, ready to go. So the time now is about 4 in the morning. Westy decided to spend the night here, whereas I decided to start driving up at 2 a.m. We're going to head over to the gates there and check in the boxes.
So, over here, the headlock was well underneath the seat in front of you.
Here we are at the French airport in Nice. As you can see, got our boxes with our bikes, and we're going to begin the unpack, assemble bikes, go back in, get changed in our Lycra, and then head off. Here we have it, we're finally ready for the off, and just about to leave, and what does he say? Oh, I have a loop in my chain. So a couple of months ago we were deciding whether puncture-proof tyres would be a good idea, so these are solid rubber. As you can tell by the terrain, I think we chose wisely. So here we are, it's about 2 p.m, so we left the airport. Obviously they didn't have any water fountains, and each bottle of water was like $4.50, so we're like, we ain't paying that. So we've been cycling up this dirt road thanks to the puncture-proof tyres, because they're solid rubber. We finally found this like car force, so we've been cycling 8 miles in this beautiful weather with 0 water. Anyway, so we've got 9 litres each, so that's an additional 10 kilograms per bike. Obviously I've got my sunglasses at home, so I've acquired some new ones. There we go, thank you very much. How are you feeling so far, Westy? C'est très bien. Here we have it, we've come to the end of day 1 and we've only managed to cycle 30 miles. Doesn't sound like much, however we had a strong headwind the whole way pretty much, and also we only got 2 hours sleep last night, so we're both rather pleased with our efforts. And we're currently, obviously as you can see, we're now in the tents. You might have heard a car there, so by the main road, and we're cooking pasta. So let's spin you around and let's show you Westy. There he is.
Here he is.
Here he is.
Here he is. I'm knackered after that. You couldn't do another 19 days of that, mate.
Hey, unfortunately for you, we have another 19 days.
No, I think after some sleep, it's all going to be good. All going to be jolly.
Well, good morning. Start of day 2, and it was quite cool in the nights, but me with my sleeping bag, I didn't mind it too much. Westy over there decided who needs a sleeping bag, it's France, so it was a bit nippy in the night. However, it is 6:30, so the plan is, obviously as you can see there's no wind now, so we're thinking get up early, start cycling early, so then it should be cooler, no wind, which means we should make a fair bit of ground before the temperature and wind kicks up. So yeah, as you can see, it's really nice in this valley with the sun coming up over the mountains. Yeah, plan is hopefully start cycling by 8, because obviously first time he's got ready in the morning, so we'll work out what's going on. And then yeah, we'll let you know what happens. So we've done about 15 miles so far today. It's quite nice. As you can see, the sun's not too bright, it's quite cool, headwind isn't too bad. What else? So we're noticing there's a lot of friction while cycling, so even we were pedaling going downhill, slight headwind which would help, but also I think with the tyres, because they're solid rubber,
they're simulated around 95 psi, where I'm used to cycling on 130, so I'm going to notice a bit of change there anyway on the resistance. Apart from that, it's all going well. So yeah, we've done about 15 miles. We're now into my show, so we're getting more water, food, some baguette, biscuits, all that good stuff, and also toilet in there, which means we can wash our hands, so it's quite nice and clean hands to eat. It's going well today. Yeah, we're both feeling good, so we're going to keep plodding on.
So we've stopped here in this bus stop for lunch. The train is very hard, as you can see behind me. It's pretty much all uphill, and we've just come from that direction, which is annoying because obviously a lot of climbing. The computers are saying it's around 5% gradient on average. Well, the minimum is 5% the whole time. We just looked at maps, so we have about another 120 miles to do by Saturday evening. That's the aim. The reason for that is someone's very kindly said we can stay and visit theirs on Saturday. So when we first set out, we thought 4 days to do the 180 miles. That should be easy, but obviously the train's much harder than expected. So we've done 50 miles today. Quite good. After our last little chat, we had to climb up a bit more, and then it's pretty much declined, so we've been heading down the whole time. As you can see, main road, lovely jubbly. We've got this, so the time now is around 5 o'clock. As you see behind me, so there's a lovely abandoned railway there. Let's cover you, there you go. And that field over there, that's where we'll be staying tonight. So when we can, when there's a lull in the traffic, we're going to quickly hop the fence and pitch up tent. So we've got about probably about just over 100 miles to do in the 2 days to reach Joy. So obviously we're both really looking forward to it, aren't we? Because we're absolutely knackered. Oh, let's spin around for the sun. Because we're both absolutely knackered. So yeah, we want to shower. And
some food.
Shower really.
Shower.
Shower's the main one. Wash our clothes. But also we're gonna.
I had a little shower in the supermarket.
Oh yeah,
today.
Supermarket toilet. Obviously there's a basin in there.
Many activities happen often in the supermarket toilet, but today
a shower happened, and then so we're thinking when we do get there, we're gonna have a really easy day. So maybe just half day cycling on the Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, just take it really easy, because why not? So we are, it's now morning. Obviously once again 6:30 alarms, because we want to be on the road by 8 to avoid headwind and heat of the day. We've definitely avoided the heat of the day so far. It's rather chilly, cold night's sleep. Well, not too bad for me, it was cool for me. Westy on the other hand, what was it? I don't need a sleeping bag, it's France. Bit chilly, bit chilly.
Agree with me?
Yeah, no.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have bought a sleeping bag actually. Maybe I shouldn't have bought. Oh, it's alright. I'm warm in my sleeping bag. I'm fine.
So yeah, we've had breakfast. Now we're packing up, and then we'll hit the road. And hopefully, well, we'll check the weather forecast. So today should be less windy than yesterday. There was a massive rain downpour last night. It's a couple of splashes on the tents, and we were like, oh, must be some crickets flying into us then. So now everything is obviously wet. Yeah. So we're now stopped and having lunch. We've done about 30 miles today. The wind conditions have been much better than the days before. So this morning, went going down to that supermarket,
So we went to obviously Dean's, which is where we were aiming for yesterday. We managed to get there really quickly, which was good because it was pretty much all downhill, no wind, really cold start to the morning, as you can see from the temperature overlay earlier. But obviously cycling like this with the hands, just trying to keep them warm. But obviously, as you can tell now, lovely and sunny. So we're just having lunch in this like lay-by. We found a bit of shade, which is really good. So we're making good progress. Yeah, as I say, so we've done about 30 miles today. Still got a bit of a headwind, which is definitely noticeable because as soon as we turn a corner and hit it, our speed does drop off. But generally we're making good progress and feeling good.
We haven't made it that far away from lunch, and already Westy here has a problem. Bottom bracket seizure, filled it full of oil. And we're going to see if that works, if not WD-40 it. Well, the oil sort of works, because beforehand if we did that, it wouldn't even do one revolution. It'd go from here to probably about there before seizing. So yeah, it's freer than it was, but we decided to turn around and we're now at Decathlon. So Westy's just gone in, he's going to look for some WD-40. Here we go, WD-40. Yeah, now give it a... Now just keep spinning. Oh, that.
So that's it, we've just come to the end of another day and we've done roughly about 50 miles today. I always find it's about 3 or 4 days before you settle in, but also we've had this headwind the whole way. Well, from about after lunch we really noticed headwind, and the last 10 miles it's just been relentless. So that's been slowing our progress down a fair amount. So we've got about 60 miles we're thinking tomorrow, well, just over, probably about 65 miles tomorrow. The train doesn't look too bad, so it'll be a case of flat as we are for about another 5 miles, and we're going to start heading west, and then from there we'll start going along this valley, but it looks like it's hill climbing for a fair bit, and then it looks like it's roughly downhill and then level for the rest of it. So yeah, as you can see, nice little camp. You might be able to see behind me train tracks. We have this thing about train tracks, we keep going near them, but it's because it's near the main road, and obviously through the mountains the train and the main road are quite similar. Yeah, so time to eat. Soup and pasta tonight with a bit of bread, and yeah.
So this headwind we've been complaining about the whole time, turns out it's not just us complaining about it for no apparent reason. Tour de France is actually going on, and there's this mountain in the Tour de France called the Mont Ventoux. Well, it turns out actually the Tour de France were meant to do it, I believe it was yesterday or today. They've actually been stopped doing it because the wind has been so bad it's been called off. So it's not actually just us saying, oh, it's a bit windy. The fact the Tour de France have been stopped on certain bits of the tour due to the wind shows it is an actual quite significant storm going on here. So the good thing is, hopefully it's temporary and it will pass. Obviously the bad thing is we've still got this headwind to deal with.
So here it is, beginning of day 4. Sleep-wise, not a bad one. No rain this time, which is always a benefit. And the train probably started up about 6:15, 6:30, which is when our alarm was set. Not a bad little wake-up call. As you can see, weather is pretty good. The sun's coming, which is obviously nice. Yeah, so it's not as cold as yesterday, so our fingers are usable now. We've packed up. Westy's just putting the last of his stuff on his bike, and then we'll be hitting the road.
Oh, so we've just had lunch and we're about 30 miles in. The total for today is around 62. So we're just under halfway through the day. It's been going very well. We've been smashing it, mainly because it's all downhill. So we started nice and early. And then also in the supermarket we didn't faff around because Like yesterday and the day before, we were actually in the supermarket for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. This time we were in and out within half an hour, so that's buy water, buy food, and then also sun cream up as well. So it's all been pretty much, well, we did a bit of uphill after that, but that's been fine because minimal wind. And then it's all been downhill ever since. And Westy has now joined us. Let's spin it around and see how you're getting on. Hold on, let me find the old thingy-mabob. There she is.
We found the right knob, the knob.
How are you finding it?
Quite tired today actually. I think the fatigue of the last few days has taken out of me a bit. So we think we've both earned a good rest. But yeah, so far going all well. Just got a halfway on today. Keep on smashing it.
So we're now here in Noin, and it's about 12 miles to go into Tylette, which is where we'll be staying tonight. And yeah, it's been going well. Very hot. We're getting very tired, but I think that's because the end's in sight. However, we should be heading south now, which means we'll have a tailwind instead of a headwind. Slight wobbly with the bike. I'll show you my spokes. They're good fun. Bear with.
So here we are behind me, Mont Ventoux, the mountain that we didn't do. And to celebrate us not doing it, well obviously what have we got? One in France, hey! We've done 63 miles today! We get to Tylette and coming down the north. As you can tell, it's very windy. Like really, really windy.
So that's it. We have arrived. We're now at Joy's house. Absolutely amazed. So glad to be here because the headwind is awful. So the tail end there going from this Noin's place down to Tylette. Easy. Not a tailwind, but quite a heavy side wind / tailwind. Flying down there, loved it. As soon as we got to Tylette, we then have to turn north to go up to Joy's, and straight away headwind, bam, done. But we're here now. We're both looking forward to a shower so much, and we're actually going to stay 2 nights here. She's very kindly said we can stay 2 nights, so thank you, Joy. And so we're going to complete rest day tomorrow. So after 4 days cycling, complete rest day before getting back on the bikes, which will be on Monday.
So we've just spent a lovely day's rest at Joy's, which was absolutely amazing. And as you can see by the video there, no wind at all. Obviously this means the heat will be right up, but without any headwind, we don't mind, as we should be easily able to do the miles. So here we are, bring on the next third of the journey.
So as you saw there, we've left Joy's and we've started back on the road again after our rest day. We've done about 20 miles so far, and this is our pre-lunch, and then we're gonna keep heading up and then have another lunch later on. So yeah, we've done about 20 miles. Hasn't been too bad at all. We've had a good average speed, no wind, easy. As you can see, the sun's out, which is okay now, but of course as the day progresses it'll get hotter, so harder. But yeah, we're feeling good. Not completely rested, but definitely the recovery day did help, and also it gave the wind time to die down. But feeling good, aren't we, Westy?
So good.
C'est très bien.
Well, any excuse for a rest. Look at him, he's gone and claimed his chain's fallen off. What a joker. Whee. As you can see, the road we're following now is rather straight and it's very hot and there are a fair few cars, but we're making good progress. So, because it's been so hot all day, obviously decided to get ice creams, and because they won't last, that means all 6 have to be eaten now. Oops. Because it's so hot, I'm thinking this might become regular. So, I'll show you what flavour I've got. Chocolate pistachio. So, I'm going to start reviewing ice cream flavours. So, it's not too bad actually. So, I've had 2 already. Let's just... So as you can see, we've got a nice little mix there, green and chocolate. It's quite nice. You can definitely tell it's one of the cheaper ice creams. They're not that expensive. So the green's pistachio, brown is chocolate, and we've got some little nuts on there as well. Yeah, it's quite nice, quite cool. Not too creamy. I think it's quite textures neutral. Yeah, so it's passable. Passable. And would I get it again? No, because I'm going to get another flavour so I can review that. Quick update. So, by the time I've eaten 2, it's so hot. This one's semi-melted, and it's actually quite nice now because it's quite soft. Yeah. It's good. There's me with my ice creams, and of course Westy's making a sandwich. Aren't you making a sandwich?
Yeah, just about to make a sandwich, so nice fresh French bread, because we are in France, cut it open. So just about to get the butter out, take a little off the butter, and oh, we've got a little swimming pool. That's very nice. So here's what we do with the swimming pool butter. You just pour it on, you pour it on, he does what he wants. With his butter. Now for the hot chicken.
You joke, but it is hot. So you probably think, how hot really was it? Well, this is one of the chocolate bars that was deep in my bag. It's not even in direct sunlight. Look at that. It's more like a paste. Have that with my porridge in the morning. So that's it. We now come to the end of day 6.
Day 6.
Yes,
of
day 6.
Total. Day 5 of riding.
Yeah. So it's been very hot. So of course, when you're cycling, of course there's this draft, and obviously that's keeping you cool. But as soon as you stop, that draft then goes, and you're just stuck in this hot, still air. Because the thing is, there is a heat wave going over. So the UK and France both experience this heat wave. So it's slightly hotter than it would normally be. So in the evening, when we were cycling through the Valencia there, the pharmacies were saying it was 34 degrees C, so the fact that's an evening temperature means it was obviously much hotter during the day. But generally, we both think the riding day has been quite good, so it was 70 miles. We're happy with that because Lyon was about 120 away from Joy's house, and the problem is because it's such a big built-up dense area, we didn't want to end a day there, so the idea was to push enough today so that tomorrow we'll be able to clear it relatively easy. So I think we've left ourselves about 50 miles. How many kilometres? 90 kilometres. It's about 50 miles ish. Yeah, so 90 kilometres to get into the centre, and then obviously we're going to get out the top again. But generally, really good day. We've now found this farmer's field. Well, it's not really a field, it's an apple orchard in between. So we've got the old main road, let's call it, over there, and then the other side that way is the main motorway. So we're sort of right bang in the middle of them both, and yeah, once again we're hoping no one's going to find us.
So it's afternoon, we've had sort of lunch number one. It's been good going today, so we started early at around 8 o'clock, which means we managed to do about 40 miles, so we're well on track, which is good. And obviously just before the hottest part of the day. So we've got some excitement to tell you about, and that is, of course, what we've been dreading the whole time, is someone finding us as we're asleep and well. So of course in the morning, old Westy here was like, oh, I wouldn't mind being found now because we're having breakfast, and we'd be like, oh, go on then, help us leave. Well, anyway, so there we were, like, you know, I think porridge, both of our porridges were done, just about to start heating, and I was like, I could hear a tractor. I looked up and I went, no, there's a tractor coming, like, legit, there's a tractor. Anyway, so we hid in the tent, obviously. What else are you going to do? And then the tractor stopped outside, like next to us, and you hear it go, we're like, right, okay, nothing's happening, which must mean that's the farmer's boy ringing the farmer. Anyway, obviously the conversation was probably about 30 seconds to a minute, and then and off they went, started spraying all the trees and stuff, and it was like, right, action time. So it was battle stations, and as quick as we could, we were packing up everything inside the tent. And the thing is, obviously the tractor kept coming back and forth, so in and out of view, and then one of the passes, when the tractor went away, we were like, right, now's a chance, grab the bikes, just threw stuff on it, not like secured, just stuff on it in bags, and then off we just sort of, as quick as we could, left the field just across the other side of the road, and yeah, started obviously fixing stuff onto the bike properly. And about 40 minutes after the tractor found us, obviously a car began to drive slowly along the road by the fields, obviously looking for a pair of tents. And but by then we had already loaded the bikes and we were pretty much ready, just doing some sun cream. We then looked at each other and went, let's just go, sun cream can wait. And then so that's what we did. We hopped on the bikes and cycled off, but the farmer drove straight past us, obviously not realising we were the cyclists he was after. You're probably wondering where we are now. Well, the answer to that is, as I say, we've had a bit of a lunch, and we've just been hill climbing, and it's very hot. We are quite full, so we decided to pause outside this random person's house on the main road. So we've done a whopping 75 miles today, as we are actually in a campsite. The reason for that is because it's so hot today, absolutely covered in sweat, so the only thing we really wanted was a nice cold shower. And also, the thought was a nice cold shower just before bed means we'll be able to get straight to sleep, whereas the other nights it's been so hot, you sort of just sat there waiting to cool down. So yeah, we are actually in the campsite. 2 pairs of lycra to wash, so they've been washed and hanging up to dry, and we've got all the water we want really. So yeah, today's been a good day, good ride, slightly hilly. Once again the heat kicked up during the day, and that was quite hard work just because it fatigues you. You know, physically you feel fine, just you just feel tired. So as in, like, the legs don't feel tired, just you in general. But yeah, no, apart from that, it's a good day. Looking on the big map of the whole of France, we're actually making really good progress. So we, let's say 70 miles today, so we would have clocked up about 360 miles, I think, total. So yeah, doing very well. So we've just left the campsite, and as you can see, same as yesterday, however they'd been washed last night, so they were quite cool in the morning, which was actually quite nice, quite refreshing. Already warming up, which is, you know, I prefer to be a bit cooler a bit longer. As you can see, we've gone straight into car 4, and the reason for that is we're just heading north today, so if we get all our food now, it means we can just keep cycling and then stop whenever we want. And so obviously if we forget we're in France, well, baguette a day keeps the doctor away. Well, we are making great progress today. You might be able to see by the little ripple of the leaves there that we actually have a bit of a tailwind today, so making full advantage of it. You're probably wondering why I got my top off. Well, the reason for that is it worked so well this morning having a wet shirt. I'm actually going to wet it again and put it on, cool me down a bit. So not only have we got a tailwind, we got a bit of cloud cover as well. Calais today. Only 400 miles to go, but Calais today. Joke. So it's now the morning and getting packed up. We've eaten, pretty much all ready to go, just the last couple of bits. Very hot last night, so when I woke up and checked the temperature, it was about 23 degrees. So 23 degrees for the outside in the tent is very hot. So we were thinking we actually probably sweated more being asleep than we did actually cycling. Obviously that meant sleep wasn't great, quite fatigued at the moment, and already it's quite hot. So as I say, last little bits to pack up, and then yeah, off we head. However, it looks like there might be a bit of cloud cover today, which is good, so hopefully they'll keep the heat down, even though already it is quite hot to begin with. As you can see by those videos today, we have got cloud cover. Do you think that's probably a good thing, obviously, to keep the heat of the sun off of us? Yes, that is a good thing. However, it's so hot already, it's already 27 degrees, that it makes a slight difference, but not much, considering it's already 27 degrees. So hopefully, it won't get any hotter. So we've changed it up a bit today. Instead of keeping to the main roads, what we've decided to do is start heading directly to Calais. So this is the shortest roads, and it's been really nice actually just winding through the mountains. As you can see, some of the descents there were quite quick. So we just actually come across this nice little place where, you know, eat and whatnot. And there's this footpath, cycle path that runs across along the river. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop on it, take it up for about 8 miles or something, then peel off, find another supermarket, because of course being in the hills there's less supermarkets, and then just keep heading northwest really. But it's going well. As you can see, it's still a bit shady, which is really nice. Heat wise, it's probably around 25 degrees. So yeah, happy days. Can keep pressing on. Just had a little bit of lunch. So obviously a new day is a new box of ice cream, so I thought I'd spice it up a bit today, and I've gone for these Citron from Bruzy. So obviously let's get them out, see what they look like. Here we go, and boom, there we go. What's the taste like? Well, background to the store, they don't have any aircon, which means all the freezers are open. So they're not as cold as my other ones, the pistachio ones. Oh, quite nice, quite refreshing. But I think at the moment I prefer the pistachio. I prefer these. Oh,
I think this is a winner for me. Look at that sorbet texture, freshness. I think it's nice. What's your preference? Do you like chocolate and pistachio, or do you like sorbet and raspberry? Do you like freshness? Do you like chocolate?
there's still chocolate at the bottom of the cone though, in case you're wondering. Well, we've just found this lovely place to stop. The hills are alive with the sound of farmers' shotguns.
Did you not tiercer? Ouais, dit is putain, tu stuk tes trespassers!
So it's another morning, and as you can see, we are both ready and raring to go. Isn't that out? No, he's we're raring to go, but not quite ready. Here we have GW just topping up for a long ride ahead. What, are you a slow burner or are you a quick fire starter? I don't know. Super, go super. As you can see behind me, the weather doesn't look too good. So we've just been outside Aldi getting a load of food, and these people keep saying stuff to us, and we just go, bonjour. And we now have a thought that maybe they're saying there's a storm coming, and then we're just like, hello. Well, today's going really well. We managed about 40 miles and we're just stopping for lunch number 1. As you can see, not very sunny at all, which means temperature's down, so we're around about 23, 24 degrees, which is really nice. As you might be able to tell by the ground, it's soaking wet here. So it looks like this thunderstorm people were talking about, we've actually missed it. Somehow we cut the corner off it or whatever, so hopefully it's going to be clear skies now, there's going to be no rain at all. So we're going to keep pushing on. So obviously have lunch, keep pushing on, and hope we get through Troyes. So here we are, end of another day. As you saw earlier, we had a lot of rain come in after lunch. However, we just decided we're going to get wet anyway, so we may as well cycle and make the miles. That's exactly what we did. So after waiting around an hour, we decided let's cycle on. So we first went to a supermarket because we definitely were going to make Troyes. From there we got a new gas cylinder for the cooking stove, as well as just general food we needed. And then carried on cycling in the rain. We managed another 30 miles-ish, so we did around 70 today, which was really good. It's a slight shame because we were hoping today would be near the 100, just because the cloud meant it was quite cool. But obviously what with the rain, it's slowed us down massively. Very fortunate with the gas purchase of today, because the old one ran out just as we started using it, so cracking timing there. We found this lovely little place where we're staying. It looks like it used to be one massive drive going all the way up to this mansion. I'll Google Map something in now. However, this main drive we're on isn't actually used anymore, so there's like an abandoned building at the front of the road, which probably was the gatesman or something. We're going to try and get some photos later when the traffic's died down and it's a bit darker, because I think they might look cool. But then again, we might fall asleep and not get those photos. But anywho, so we've just also had a look at Tour de France times, because they're currently going on at the moment and should be finishing Paris in 2 days' time. So we're trying to work out with people back home who have internet their route and see if we can actually cross it to see the tour, because that'd be quite cool. Yes, so today's been a good day. We've knocked our total up to 550 miles, and this is day 10. So we're doing very well. We've probably got about 250 to go-ish in France, and then from there we got England miles. As you can see, there are no photos of the building we were talking about. The reason for that is, as we were walking past, what did we see? A little flashing security camera, and we're like, oh, let's just keep going this morning. Isn't that right?
That's right.
So as you can see, today the weather isn't too happy. It feels like we're back in England actually. As you can see, it's quite grey, overcast there. However, we've had a headwind pretty much the whole way, so we've only done about 50 miles today so far, but it's felt like we've done a lot further, and we feel like we should be further than we actually are. So, GW, how are you feeling?
Oh yeah, great. Absolutely great. I've worked out my... I put my saddle a bit higher the other day. I think I made it too high, so now my right calf's hurting. And yeah, we've been battling. We've been battling today. We wanted to get to the final stage of Tour de France tomorrow, but I don't know, because that's looking further and further away. We wanted to do something like 100 miles today, or close to it, maybe at least 80 or 90, but we've already been in the saddle over 4 hours, and yeah, it's hurting. So we shall see. Take some happy pills and we'll move on.
The ground was horrendous last night. We both agree it's the worst place we've stayed so far. Absolutely horrendous. Just really lumpy, like really lumpy. And then because half our kit was wet as well, because we didn't really want to touch that, and yeah. So tonight's, we think it's much better. However, the ground's quite cool because of course it's quite muddy, so all body heat's being absorbed, which might be nice. Cool down quicker. However, obviously in the morning, early hours of the morning, we might be too cold. Here, as you can see, the giant slug is making its way slowly up the inside of the tent. And there's us thinking that it was just the mozzies we'd have to deal with tonight. But no, it looks like tonight we're going to have a lot of these fellas to contend with. Let's just get a close-up of his face for you. There he is. What a beauty. And here, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we've got the great orange slug eating a biscuit. Oh yeah. Ooh. yeah. Ooh.
So it was an interesting sleep last night. I remember waking up around midnight. Obviously, Georgie had his light on his tent. I was thinking, what's he doing? See, there was a slug on the outside of the tent. And obviously the noise of it sliming or doing whatever it did woke him up. And he was having a panic trying to work out what it was. So I think sleeping in the woods, there's a lot of noises. You don't know what they are. And here he is, speaking of the slug man.
Just a little introduction into the video here. Normally I go for 4 pan of chocolates, but 4 pan of chocolate wasn't on offer today, so we had to go for 8, didn't we? So, as we can see, hopefully they're fresh. Yeah, slugs weren't ideal.
Sunday. We were worried everything would be closed. Obviously not. So far we've done about 22 miles today. Very undulating, the terrain, but big variations.
Yeah, hard work.
Yeah, it's going well though. As you can see, the sun's beginning to come out, which is quite nice, but it's not too hot, which is obviously good for us. So we're having our lunch now, and as you can see we've managed around 50 miles. So the tactics of cycling have changed. It's gone into long distance, just turning the miles over rather than actually cycling, should we say, for fun. So we had a nice little stop, as you can see. Got our stuff out behind me, so they're having a nice little air, nice little dry. Looks a bit messy, but it's a Sunday and no one is around. There's like obviously a retail park up there, but no one's here because it's Sunday. So we had a bit of a lunch. We're going to pack up now and then just keep turning the legs. We've got another target which is 20 miles away, and the idea is to go there, maybe have a bit more eat, reassess, find a new target and start heading there. So here we have it, another morning, and today is Monday, and so what we're thinking is we've got about 120 miles-ish left, so we're thinking ferry tomorrow. We found a campsite about 80 miles away, so the aim is to push for 80 miles today, which will then give us 40 miles tomorrow morning before getting onto the ferry. As you can see from the photos, we found another woods for tonight. No slugs this time, which is a bonus. However, the reason there's no video last night or photos from last night is because when we arrived, so we're sort of down this track, as you can probably tell there, but the thing is the track's not used anymore, and anyway we could hear some car doors being slammed and some voices, so we're hoping it was just in the entrance, just like the farmers meeting, and obviously parking the cars there and then going off to the fields to harvest, because they were harvesting quite a bit yesterday. But it was a big day yesterday. It was 78 miles, so pretty much matching the distance of one of our previous days. We had a headwind the whole way. The sun came out in the afternoon, which meant the temperature went back up into 30s again, which made it very hard. And also, being Sunday, not many shops were open, so we had to carry all our water, which means we're actually running very low on water now. So the first stop is to find a shop to get more water. Sleep was good, probably one of my comfier sleeps. I did like the ground here, so I was sort of in one of the ruts for the cars. Once again, Westy had a bit of fun, but this time instead of the slugs, it was with the flies. Look, there's his cheeky grin. There's his cheeky grin. Do you want to tell us what happened with you tonight?
Well, I don't know what happened, why this place is so, I don't know, fly friendly, but as soon as we pitched up here, we heard this sort of buzzing. and looking around, there's just quite a lot of flies everywhere, but pitched the tents, wasn't too bad. Then after we had dinner, they were just everywhere, infestation, I don't know why. So I kind of forgot about this, went to sleep, and then about 1 AM went for my usual pee in the night, so I have to have a little walk around. So went out with my torch, need to see if there's any masked robbers, murder serial killers waiting for an opportune moment. There was just infestation, just Kirk's telling me to wind it up.
It's because the we're flashing red on the battery. You're probably
That's
going
a crap battery, that is.
Yeah, I told you, it's a knockoff one.
Anyway, so it's just infestation of flies all came in. So I immediately turned the light off, shut the tent door. Then it was like, right, me and about 6 or 7 flies, and I said, there's only one of us that's going to make it alive to the next morning, and that's going to be me. So slugs the previous night, flies last night, and who knows what it's going to be tonight, who knows.
As you guys can see, it started raining again. We must be getting close to England. Whee! So we've travelled about 25 miles this morning, so just in time for lunch one. We've got about another 25 miles until Elapsed, and then after that about another 25 miles. Well, it's the end of a long day. We've done about 80 miles today, and we're now in Liliers. I don't really know how to pronounce it. We're about 45 miles away from Calais, so that'll be a ride tomorrow. Just stopped off in a shop, and we're going to get some food, and then there's a campsite, so what we're going to do, we're going to wash our clothes and have a shower. We haven't had a shower in just under a week, so today is Monday, and the last time we had a shower was Tuesday evening. So we've been having mock showers at night, however, obviously not the real thing, so no wonder people have been standing away from us. So here it is. We are smashing it through today because what we did last night was we actually pre-booked our ferries. We booked for 3:20, and we have to be there an hour before, so 2:20 is the latest we can get there. So we want to aim for earlier. The mileage is probably around just under 50 miles today. I said 45 yesterday, but that's because we didn't realise the routes it was taking us on. Some of them were not for cyclists. So obviously, because we're going to have like a bit of a snack now, smash it to the ferry, then obviously eat there. But I got a nice massive bit of chocolate brioche bread because I like carbs. like we got some really good contacts in. Very good there. Looks like they've been busted. They've literally.
So here we are on the ferry, we're just pulling into Dover, obviously all the commotion, everyone's getting ready to go down back to their cars and stuff. Here we are. So we've just spent the last hour and a half basically eating and trying to charge phones and stuff. So the plan is we'll go back down to the bikes, hop on them, cycle out of the ferry area, and then check maps and decide where we're going to start heading in England. At the moment we're thinking obviously keep off the main roads, keep to the back roads, as it'll be nicer, also dual carriageways, no fun. And yeah, so we're thinking finish off today cycling, full day cycling tomorrow, and then Thursday morning we split, I go home, George goes home. So we're off the ferry, as you can see behind me, the white cliffs of Dover, behind me now the English Channel, we have the ferry port behind me now, as you can see, boom. Once again though, we've still got a bit of wind. So the plan though is the cycle paths, and we're going to take the cycle path to Canterbury or London. We don't know what the train's going to be like, as it's a cycle path, but we shall find out. So we've now come to the end of the day. Let's give you a bit more light so you can see me better. Well, it's been a long day, a lot's happened. So we've here in England, we've managed to cover about 12 miles here in England. The plan is now, so obviously we've found somewhere to stay. So we're cooking, sleep, and then we'll be up at the same time tomorrow. We've Gravesend is our target because we're both going to split off and go our separate ways. So on a straight line it's about 40 miles, so we're thinking we'll take a coastal route because that'll be nicer, because that's sort of the finish of the day, so we may as well wiggle up the miles rather than twiddling our thumbs there. But yeah, I think obviously we're both amazed that the 2 weeks have gone by so quickly, and within 2 days we'll be back home. And here he is, the big GW. Here he is. Yeah. We've got a perfectly in focused burner there, look at that. So we're here now in the sunny town of Whitstable. We took an interesting route, as you can probably see from the map, to get here, but hey, we need a bit more mileage, and so as you can see behind me, it is not actually that sunny at all. It's slightly rainy. Just popped into the supermarket to get food and whatnot. However, there is a McDonald's across the street, and pretty much the thing that's been keeping GW going the whole time is McDonald's. So I told him, look, we'll have one back in England because then it's more of a, you know, we finished, yay, celebration. So a little update for you. We decided against having McDonald's there and then, and we found one closer to Gravesend, which is where we're heading tonight. So that is where we'll have the McDonald's as a celebration finish. As you can see behind me, I think this is called Sea Salter, the place we're in, I think. And lovely views, and not really rainy. Sort of a neutral day today, so It's good for coolness, cycling, however not very good because we've got a headwind going on the whole time. But hey, if we had a tailwind, there's, you know, what's the point of it? Here he is, the Mr. GW, so he's waited 900 miles for this meal.
Hang on, I'm just straight there. Didn't realise it was rest day.
How does it feel? UK, half a day left. Actually, it'll probably be a full day going through London. So that's it, we made it to McDonald's. Westy is happy. We've had about 50 miles today.
And about 4,000 calories.
We're here in Rochester, and obviously Gravesend is really busy, and it's actually really dense here, so as in population wise. So we've now pretty much got all afternoon to try and find somewhere we're going to stay for the night. So yeah, we'll let you know where we find. So this is it, our last night together, the last night of the tour. So we've just done a mile tally up, and we're currently on 890 miles. Tomorrow we're both looking at between 60 and 70 miles. So we should finish in the mid 900s. So as you can see behind me, this is our selected location for the night. We've got 5 miles-ish cycling to Gravesend, which is where we shall split tomorrow morning. So here we go, Westy. Do you want to give us a quick summary of the tour? What are you thinking?
Really hard. No, it's been
no, it has been our second.
Has been hard, but it's been an adventure. I mean, first tour for me. So it's been a whole new experience for you. I mean, how's it compared? For me, the first one was someone else slowing you down.
It was fun, but we couldn't take it that relaxed because every day we had to like earn each mile. Whereas obviously if we had no wind or a tailwind, obviously both of us have commented that we think the tyres are quite high rolling resistance. So we feel that if the miles had been easier, we probably had more fun. However, it seems that we've just been putting out lots of effort just on gaining the miles each day. But
well, we were worried also, you know, if you relax too early on, you might not ever reach north of France because it's like the big headwind is always around the corner, or the rain is around the corner. Well, that's the thing though,
but realistically a couple of times actually we did think, oh, we might actually have to get the train. We had to be finished by a certain date. But as it turned out, obviously the high wind stopped, so we were able to put up more miles. Still not easy ones, but
well, there was still wind. It just wasn't as massive as it was. Yeah, first few days. Well, I think it was the second day. Well, we might have done a video diary actually. We were sitting by that bus stop in the mountains, just like, we're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, we didn't run no miles at all. I think, that was the day we'd done like 30 miles, and we were like, we can't end today on 30. Luckily, we realised we'd been climbing all day, and we climbed a bit further, got to the summit, and then we just magically did 15 miles, because of course it was all downhill. Even though we were pedalling downhill, you know, we got an extra 15, so I think that put us on around 45-50 miles for that day.
I think for me that I knew it would be hard physically, but I didn't quite know how hard it would be because it's relentless. You know, there's no escaping from this. You're riding all day, then you're like, right, okay, so then you buy your lunch, have to make your lunch, because obviously we make it harder for ourselves. There's wild camping, there's no restaurants, it's doing everything yourself, so you're just working all the time at achieving your goal. But it's a good metaphor for life, I think.
As today is the final day, obviously we're using up all the stuff. Last breakfast, we put all the oats in. That's the big mess tin, and it is absolutely brimming with oats.
The great GW is purchasing food
for the long voyage ahead through London. Oh, look at him. No 5p bag for him. Here he comes, look at him. Oh, he's strutting his stuff. So here it is, we are at Gravesend and I'm at the ferry. As you just saw, we had a quick little shop in Tesco's, our final shop, and hopefully we've now got everything to last the rest of our journeys. I wish somehow we could convey how badly we smell. Then the main reason is because obviously we washed all our clothes with water, no detergent. And of course, I just sat in bags and stuff.
That's particularly bad actually this morning.
No, I'd say because it's damp and because I wore my waterproof jacket. I know I'm horrendous.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's because the thing is I
haven't smelled George the whole time, but even cycling behind him today.
No, but it's because this thing is damp, because every day we put on wet kit, and because I've been wearing the waterproof jacket, it just hasn't evaporated, so it's absolutely horrendous. This is our departing place.
Yeah.
We're killing time so I could dry bits.
Well, I'll give you some of the deodorant.
Yes, please. I'll have a bit of that.
A bit.
A lot. The can of it. Yeah, it was. So last night, sleep was fine. Nothing really to report there.
Oh, it was really ideal.
Bumpy ground. Yeah, ground was very hard and rocky, but it was fine. It's only about 5 miles away, so an easy little ride in this morning.
Yeah.
Done it.
Okay.
Fucking
smashed it, mate.
Easy.
Too easy.
So I'm about 25 miles in, and I just checked the GPS, so I've got about 30 left. So I'm actually doing quite well, almost at halfway. It's quite slow progress because I have to keep stopping to check the direction I'm going in. There's lots of dual carriageways which I don't want to go on, and also other bits of roads which take me in the wrong direction and add miles. So as I say, it's slow going, having to keep stop, but at least it's the most direct route. And as I say, I'm just under halfway, so it's not even 11 o'clock, so making good progress. Well, that's it. I'm practically finished. I live just round the corner from where I am now, and so that's it. I finished 56 miles today altogether in total. Yeah, I got easy ride towards the end, but I got covered in thunderbugs, obviously going through swarms of them through the countryside. I managed to stay off the main dual carriageways, and it was a nice route. Absolutely knackered now, so I think the first thing is a shower, followed by a bath, and then the things keeping me going, the lovely banana milkshake smoothie. A supermarket, so we were driving up. I stole that one again. Outtake one. So the train is super tough. We've just stopped for lunch in this little, probably ex-bike shelter.
Bus stop.
We're going again.
Just saw a snake in the bushes.
Is that a euphemism?
No. As you can see, we're at this really nice lunch spot right behind us. Dun, dun, dun. And we're going to say goodbye now. Bye!
The pharmacies were saying it was 34 degrees C, so the fact that's an evening temperature means it was obviously much hotter during the day.
That's displayed on the outside, you didn't have to go in and ask them
Exactly.
what temperature it was.
No thermometers up the bottom.
Well, we've got a lot of mice.
Oh yes, there's a lot of mice, but we don't really mind them. Protein. So we have actually, as you can see, there are no photos of this building. As you can see, there are no photos of the building we were talking about.
got about another 25 miles until Elapsed, and then after that about another 25 miles until we reach Lilia, where the campsite is.